Hello, my dog loving friends. When we start to talk about status, invariably I will hear somebody say, I need to be the alpha. Oh, if I could take one concept out of dog training, out of the general population, a concept or a word, it would be alpha. Now, alpha means what? First. And so all of these people who are like, I must be the alpha, it tells me that you don't understand what status is, right? Status is fluid in nature, and status only comes to bear if the resource is important to the individual. For instance, you may have one dog who wants to go through the door first. You may have another dog that's like, I don't care. You might have a dog, and the dog who doesn't care about going through the door first, they might really be protective of their bones. And the other dog who wants to go through the door first doesn't really care about bones, right? It's fluid and it's based on context. When it comes to alpha, the other thing that I hate about it is that it comes generally with a bunch of rules, right? Don't let your dog go out the door first. Don't let your dog be on the couch. Don't let your dog sleep in the bed. And what's kind of unspoken but understood about those rules is because if you do, then your dog will think they're alpha. Trust me when I tell you, your dogs are not here to take over. They do not desire to to rule the house. Like, they don't want to make those choices. They will make them in the absence of leadership, of status, of understanding their place, but that's not their intention. They don't set out to do that. The other thing that I hate about alpha is I would never, I mean, it's just the way I'm raised. I would never refer to my husband as, oh, my husband's the alpha, right? Like, he's, no, like, that just seems so weird. And yet, because I view my relationship with my animals pretty much like any relationship I have with anyone else, it seems unnatural to reference myself as the alpha. I think of myself more as like the leader, and leadership is a guiding hand, not a fist. And when I hear alpha, it's like, you must do this, you must do that. Otherwise, they're going to be dominant and they're going to take over the world. No, they're not, right? Now, I understand that for many people, when they're first new to a relationship with an animal, to a dog, like, they need some structure, they need some rules, they need some guidelines. And so what I would say to you is think of your dog more as a young child, and your job, your rules, your guidance for them is to keep them safe because they may not understand the consequences of their actions, right? For instance, a child, you would say, don't run in the parking lot because you know that they could get hit by a car because someone may be looking at their phone trying to find a parking spot. The same could be said for your dog, like, don't let them go ahead of you at the corner. Why? Not because you need to go around the corner first, but you need to check and make sure that it's safe for them to go around the corner if the corner is a problem area, right? I go out the door first to make sure that it is safe for my dog to do so. I get out of the car first because I need to open the door for them, right? So think about it in that context, and you'll have a better understanding of that relationship, how that relationship should be based. It shouldn't be based on strict rules across the board. It should be based on the individual in front of you, the context, and what's happening. Now, if you're going to go there, oh, Jennifer, but alpha theory and uh, wolves, pack wolves, blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. I'll go down that road with you. Ooh. The dogs heard something. Um, that's what happens when I film outside. And I mean, it's such a beautiful fall day. I just want to be outside and like soak in all the nature that I can. Okay, so back to the alpha schmalpha. So here's the thing. Pack theory came from the study of captive wolves, not wild wolves. So studying captive wolves is like studying captive humans. There is an unnatural hierarchy that gets created to allow that society to somewhat function. A better model is wolves in the wild, and wolves in the wild are a mating pair, male and female. So there's your alpha male and your alpha female, and generally 2 generations of their offsprings. So it's like mom and dad and their kids. Think about that. Mom and dad and their kids. Parents guide, keep their children safe, give them direction in times of stress and things that they need. And they do have rules and they do have guidelines, but those rules and guidelines are what? Flexible, based on the individual. What's good for Johnny might not be good for Sally, etc. So take the alpha schmalpha and pitch it. That's my suggestion. Until next time, may you always have a dog to love.